When it comes to filming your own swing, there's lots of good can happen from it. So I've got two cameras filming me here. Where you set the camera up, remember, will affect how your action looks. And I see this time and time again in videos that people trip up on the three-dimensional world while being recorded on a two-dimensional flat sensor of a camera. So just the easiest way of thinking about this, that ball position from your camera angle probably looks like it's off my lead heel, but if I put a line down parallel to where or a right angle to the line I'm hitting along, which is with the mat, hopefully you can see now that's much more nearer the middle of my feet, just slightly forwards. So where the camera sits will affect how the swing and your shots look, to the same effect that if I swing here, the camera might look further behind me or not, subject to if I stand here compared to if I go and stand over here, and then compared to me standing right over left of frame as I look there, and then also how far away. The closer I get to the further away I get, it'll look at different angles. Best way, make sure you're a good 3 paces back from each side and as square on as possible. But you can be square on to the ball if it's the ball to you want to measure. If it's the club, say, to target line you want to measure, so this line, then you need that camera squarer onto this line. Or what you can do is put some lines down, put some clubs down as some reference. So when you look back at that footage, you've got other points of reference to see how they look in reference to that. Because the hardest thing with cameras, believe me, as someone who's been shooting on cameras for years, where people used to say the camera never lies, what actually is the truth is the camera only lies. That's all it does. Its interpretation is a product of the manufacturers, even down to the color, even down to how bright it is in here. This is not me changing any lights. That's me changing how the camera sees me. The camera that I've washed out only lies. That's all it does. The more reference lines you have down, the more reference you are to how off and angled from that camera you are, the more you might start to make some real understandings of what movements you're making, and then not change things that maybe don't need changing.